Hey guys, this is Juno and welcome back to another Summoners War video. Today we are back on INF Roxas account. This is a Europe account, one of the highest tier in Patreon, getting monthly improvements from me, advices. You've probably seen him a couple months back with his new AD and AO, maybe just the AD, I'm not too sure. It's been a while, I work on too many accounts. But with that improvement, he was able to get a new record, which is awesome. It's a very early game account compared to a lot of people. I also gave him a lot of recommendations for siege offenses, and it looks like he did build some, but he came back asking for some more because he wants to constantly get at least, or try to at least get 8 to 10 wins, right? As everybody wants to do. Now, he has a way of enjoying Summoners War. He likes to play with certain units. He definitely has a play style that he likes to play. He likes to test a lot of units. He's a robo lover. He's a light joker lover. So he definitely has a preference. Now, in this improvement, where I'm making him his siege offenses, he did want offenses that has a chance to win rather than just having a lot of fun. There was one request. He wanted me to use the fire monkey because he likes the fire monkeys. This video is purely for him to watch and to figure out how to use the offenses I've created. Again, noting that this is an early game account, the offense is not a first turn offense because he already made those, as those were the initial ones that I recommended a few months back. The offenses that you'll be seeing today is more of second turn offenses, and just in a build where I hope that they have a higher chance to win if brought out against the right defense. If you look at his record, he got his P3 record from our last improvement, which is a huge improvement. His best record was C1 before that, and P3, this is Europe server, so that was amazing. You can see that his RTA record is only in Challenger 2. He's in a G1 guild. His dungeon times looks pretty decent, so that's great. Let's just get right in and see what the changes I've made. Well, I guess before that, let's look at the box so you guys can actually see what I was able to play with. Hey guys, before we start the video, if you guys are interested in getting advice and help from me and other Summoners War players, feel free to join my Discord, where the link is in the descriptions below. Also, if you enjoy my content and want to support me, become a Patreon, where the link for it is also in the descriptions. I want to say I appreciate all the support. That was it. Let's get back to the video. So for LD5s, he has the Salah. Unfortunate. I have Salah too. Still needs a little more work, I think, to be more usable. And then for a light LD5, he has the Jaeger. I'll show you a siege offense that he wanted to use, which we've changed or decided not to use because I simply don't like the setup of it, and I'll tell you guys why. For wind, he has a couple of units here that could definitely be good, such as the Wind Zenitsu. The Aya for offense actually could be very good too in the right sense, so he could try to make a offense in that way. Smicer is pretty good. But a lot of these offenses that we'll be showcasing today will be good paired with Riley. So he has 3 Rileys, which is great because of all these events that just freely give out Rileys. So we'll be using that. He has Ringna, again a cleave unit that I did recommend a while back. Adriana again goes with the Ringna. Other than that, there isn't like a whole bunch that looks too good in siege. Maybe Wusa can be decent. And then there's the Hackers, there's the Mugwang. There's Federica, against a cleave unit. There's a Meowing right there. There's Veladrol, Okeanis, Tessarion. So these are the options. You can see that he is missing a lot of things. So let's see what I have made. For a refresher, if you guys didn't have watched that video, the changes I've made for his offense was something like this. And it did get a 7% win rate, showcasing the Rune quality of things. If you look at his fastest Swift will, this is it. His Amduat, the fastest Despair will was this. Manon was looking like this, and then Samath looked like this. So we know that it isn't the greatest with the Rune quality, but I mean, I guess the offense that I made was great because the offense that I recommended was a second turn offense, which you see up here. Now this is his second turn offense. I didn't like it too much because there's no presence of defense break. I do think you want defense break in a second turn offense because if not, it'll just be even slower. It's slow in general, but without a defense break, it's just slow. So this is what he ran most of his battles, I'm pretty sure, because this is what I made him. And it looked like it worked decently well. Now for the siege offenses, the initial teams that I recommended, if you look at this, are these up here, which is all some type of cleave. So the Covenant, Bastet, Frederica, he's also rotating his fastest Swift runes. That's great. That's what I recommended because his Swift runes were very lacking. No build on Bastet right now. Covenant looks like this. And then Frederica looks like this. Now I do think Covenant needs to be built differently because he also uses this cleave with the Wind Madeline Cookie, which gives him the crit rate boost. But in the Bastet team, there is no crit rate boost, so this is not actually good. It's too unreliable. 70% is a no-no. So he should make it 100% if he wants to use this in multiple teams. This, on the other hand, if you're just faster, you always crit, so that's great. With right now, the Adriana has the fastest Swift runes, it looks like, Swift set. And then the Miang, which is fine. I think it's a little squishy though. I do like Miang's being a little tankier, especially if there's a huge speed gap, because it could die out quickly before it even moves. This is the team I talked about. There's the crit rate buff, and then the Covenant goes, and then the Kali goes. I do think that speed gap's a little too big from the damage dealers because these give like 20%, 30% boost at max. I don't think it shortens the gap of 100 speed difference. So there are flaws. So these are some of the teams where he likes the Robo, like he has a Chung Pong team, and then he has like a double Robo type of team, something that he was running. And I believe the Robo will take the fastest Swift runes in this case. So he was running this. It is the rune now, but I don't like this siege offense again, purely because there's no defense break. Maybe if the defense is purely cleave and fairly squishy, then it can work. But against another second turn type of slow team, I think it's weaker in a lot of sense. So that's why I don't like it too much. Now the ones that I've made are these three. So these are the additional 3 offenses that he could use. There are 3 Rileys, I believe, or 2 Rileys at the very least, so he could share the runes that I gave to 1 Riley, which will perfectly fit in the other teams as well. So the first one is Mugwang, Nora, and Sath. Pretty simple. You want a lot of dots, you want to just kill them off, you want to melt them. So I made everything 100 res just because the team is so slow. I think res just adds in a little safety net for you going second turn, and there's no Hey Gang. Even if he did, he is too slow for Higgins' passive to really do anything. So I went with 100 res, hoping that all of these units could like take a hit and survive, and then come back with all these skills, right? With the provoke and stuff, I think there is a window of comeback. So yeah, I think the really only thing to note is the 100 res on all these units, and Sath being that unit that brings in that crazy damage for being alive, needed to be on 100 res and tanky as possible. Then we went with this team on with Miao Wang. So this is the one Miao Wang team that he suggested, and I went with Kapsu and Riley. Kapsu brings in another safety net with the cleanses, and also he does decent damage from skill 2 depending on how much HP he has. We didn't go with too much speed because the runes were lacking, but we did try to at least get the tankiness from it. So 100 res Kapsu with a lot of tankiness, but it's not scaled up. That's the one flaw. And then there is the Riley that he can share the runes of, and then finally the Miao Wang on Violent Destroy. Should be scaled up though. Finally, we have a Kinky offense. Kinky and Manon, both of these are very annoying, right? If you hit the Kinky, then Manon could revenge. If you hit the Manon, then Kinky is alive and could do wonders by himself. So here, again, this is the one that's runed up. So it's 100 res Riley. Just remember that this build will go on the other Rileys as well. And then we have a Kinky on Despair Destroy here. Just wanted a 100 res type of build, and you can see that it has similar stats from that Violent build that we have for the defense. And then finally we have a Manon on Violent Will on the crit rates build, but it's on speed, HP, defense. There's a lot of grinds that are missing, especially max grinds, some speed grinds and HP grinds. Defense grinds for Vile is also missing, so R5 will make these builds look a lot better. But for now, these are the 3 offenses that I've created, so let's test it on some of his guildmates or even his one siege defense that he has up. Well, actually, we don't have anything that are nat 4 Oni, so I guess we'll go with the nat 5 defenses. I guess the only one that's ruined up is this one, and Kapsu being ruined with whatever we gave the offense is actually pretty decent now, but this is what he was running on the other units. Let's see what we could do here. Let's try taking in maybe the Fire Monkey, right? There's no defense break, but there is... oh, we have to take Riley's, so let's remember that. Maybe he has 2 Rileys. So let's take that and go into his one defense. that's doing okay. It's like 612 or something like that. But with his rune quality, I think getting any wins is actually really good. I don't think. Well, he might. Well, actually, the Kapsu will outspeed, right? So let's see if we could just put up Will right now. He's gonna cleanse whatever we do. So maybe stun here. He's gonna still cleanse it actually. Okay, I'm gonna go for the Jaeger. Is that smart? That might be stupid. Good damage. Okay. Okay, actually, the Jaeger will only go for the... Oh, freak. Hey guys, it's been a couple days since I got kicked out. And because this account owner is in Europe server, it was pretty hard to reschedule things. But it seems like he did test out the offenses. And he did go 8-10 in this past siege battle, which is really good. So that is good to hear. But I wanted to actually take this time to showcase some of those offenses that I've created. I do think that we are trying to test it on this, right? The first one we want to test is this one. He is rotating the Riley, so I'm just going to take that other Riley that's ruined up. And if you look at the build, again, probably already saw it from the previous part of the video, but just as a revamp, yep, we made it in this way. Second turn team, obviously proccing will be something that denotes who is in the advantage outside of rune quality. But let's see how this goes. Let's try to kill the Jaeger first, because Jaeger is the big damage dealer. Okay, nice resist. Defense break. And we do have decent attacks, so I do think we'll do good damage. Should I put attack buff? Maybe I should, because we know that he already used the cleanse and the silence. Big damage, and we're also on destroy, so you can already see that his HP is getting wrecked. Big damage, boom. Oh my goodness, boom. And that's probably game, right? You're not coming back from that. I mean, it's gonna take a while because it is a Kapsu, and that's the same Kapsu that we're using, so it's not ruined poorly for his rune quality. Thankfully, he failed to strip the defense, cleanse the defense break, so we get that kill, and then that should be game, because Kapsu can't win here, right? So there's something like that. We also made some Nat 4 stuff. Let's see. How about things like this, right? This is the Wind Zenitsu. We can test this. This is again a good one, right? Because there is the Wind Zenitsu. There's a Fire Monkey, pretty good to counter. But let's just try this for the funsy. Same Riley. Kinky now on Despair, 100 res, and the Manon on Vile. Right? I think this should also be a pretty easy win against defenses like this, even if they're quicker, unless they have like a one-shot type of thing. We could just wake up the Kinky right there. Nice. Awesome. Good counter from him, but then let's just kill the Chandra first, right? Ooh, good damage. With defense buff, very hard for that Wind Zenitsu to do a lot of damage to us. Nothing. Okay, nice. This is why man is so good here. Just get the kill here. Close. He crit, but still not enough damage. And that should be game, right? Because I don't think Wind Zenitsu is winning this. We kill the Sala. Perfect. And we have infinite will and defense buff. So the Wind Zenitsu cannot control us, especially with Salagon. That's a very squishy Wind Zenitsu. Yeah. Easy. Now I'm pretty sure he wants to see his dot team working. So let's see if any of his members has anything here. How about we try here? I mean, it's questionable because they do have a lot of strippers and they do have a lot of damage, right? There's a big speed difference, so it could destroy us. A nice 100 res, perfect. That was a proc too. There's the strip, yep. Whew, a lot of damage. Even with a slow tanky build, Sath is almost dead. Damn, she lapped. There you go. Look at that. She procs, she's dismounted. Dude, what are all these procs coming out? Freak. Perfect. Good damage. Let's get a stun here. Nice. Yeah, he's dead too soon. Ooh, one dead. Okay, one dead. Perfect. And then we win. Like that. It's just that clean. Super duper good. What else? Where else can we use it on? We could use it even on here. I mean, I love these dot teams type of things. Bring it into the right defense. It works really well. 100 res again for the win. Nice. Now let's just hope we don't crit. Ooh, a dot. He's on revenge, it looks like. Don't crit. Thank you. Ooh, defense break is bad. Oof. That was really bad. Let's get a stun. Please stun. Dead? Ooh. Ooh. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's get some heals. Oh, he's dead though. Okay, our damage is really, really low now. He's dead though. So let's get a stun here. Oh, freak, the heal. Okay, we have to get a kill then. Nice. We still could win. We have Nora. I think. Stun. More dots, please. I need more dots. Oh, freak. Wait, strip. Good. We can't proc with Nora. That's a problem. No. No. Damn it. And we can't proc with Nora because it's on Despair. Let's try this. Ah, oh, shoot. The freaking Camilla is proccing too much. Okay, let's try it again. I think our Sath died too quickly. Unfortunate. Everything up to this point worked really well. It's like the same. But it's that stupid Camilla that's proccing like every turn. Dot. Okay, that's good. This is looking better. Perfect. More dots? Nope. Nice. Not recover, so that should kill. Yep. And then we win. Good thing we could strip all of that. Perfect. Nice. That was a better battle. How are these doing? Yeah, they're doing decently well. How about this one here? 10-13, 21-32. Yeah, I mean it is G1, so it's not the highest level of defenses, but it's working. Ooh, this guy's G. Ooh, look at that, 16-4, but we can't take that because it's a Nat 4 tower. But that's the only one that's doing really well. There's this too. It's really hard to bring in a second turn against something like this because they're just too much damage early on. Should we try something? If anything, I do think it should be this or this. Let's try this first. This is hard because of the Rakan. If the Rakan lands the provoke, then we have a very hard time winning. Nice. 100 res. This is the whole reason why I went 100 res. More tankiness and for this. But you can't rely on this too much. That's the problem. That's why second turn teams aren't the best. Oh my goodness, we're defense broken. Just don't proc. Freak. Oh, nice resist. Okay. Wait, we won then. We won. Oh shoot, I think we won. Yeah, if he procs one more time, he's dead. Or if he just takes a turn, I think. That's a lot of dots. Yay! Yay! Yeah, so those were the changes, and you can see that there's a lot of places you can bring it in, especially in this level. Against second, third teams, I think those two teams will definitely help him get more wins. Yes, there's a chance of losing, but that's really a rune check at that point. So if your build is not as good as the opponent, especially for defenses, there's a good chance that it's going to be like that because people now could put their best runes on the defense. So if you lose, just think that your rune quality was not as good, or you just didn't have the RNG to be in your favor to get the win. Anyhow, that was it for this improvement, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want account improvements like this, please join my Discord, fill out the Google form. If you guys want account reviews, join my Patreon, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.